Well, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome back to the World Polo League coverage here. We're ready for our second semifinal match of the day to determine who will play against Audi in the finals this Sunday at 4 p.m. Welcome to the coverage. My name is Gus Whitelaw. I'm joined by Guillermo Terera. Thank you so much for joining me again.
How are you?
Nice to have you back in the booth here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So what do you think we're going to expect here today? Let's just get right down to it. This is the Triple Crown of Polo semifinals. We've got Grand Champions Polo Club taking on Colorado here today. Colorado has arguably been one of the teams, the top team to beat here in the league. Grand Champions has played some stellar polo throughout the tournament. They come in 2-1. Colorado comes in 3-0. Tell me what you think we're going to see here today.
Well, at this stage of the season, when you reach the semifinals of the last tournament, generally you see all the teams that you've been seeing the whole season. This is an advantage that Grand Champions has because Colorado has played only a couple of games together. Grand Champion has played the whole season together. That's a good advantage for them.
Yep.
But then you have in the other side, you have the best polo player in the world. I think they have a better organization because they've been organizing the strings for a long time, and they have these two young kids polo players, Juan Martin and Jero, who have been showing they are ready to be in high goal now and for a long time.
Man, oh man, they've had a heck of a season. And those guys, talking about them, I mean, Juan Martin Zubia and Juan Martin Nero, as we look at the stat sheet here, are tied with overall goals scored, and they're tied on goals per game. On overall goals in the tournament, they're at 16 goals, right behind Paylone Sterling, who started his match this morning with 21 goals. And then goals per game, they're both at 5.3. And really, those guys are leading a lot of the statistics that we see out here, other than the throw-ins. I mean, the throw-ins, I got to give a shout-out to Chris Campson, an anomaly. I mean, when you look at the throw-in category there, I mean, Campson has just been eating people's lunches, so credit where it's due to Campson there.
Angry Chris.
Yeah, exactly. No doubt about it. We saw him with the Audi squad today. Man, they had a successful outing. A great match against Valiente. Audi had control of that one pretty much the entire time, and they went to be our first semi-final winners, so they're in. Audi's in, and we're going to determine over the next 75 to 90 minutes here who will be joining them this Sunday at 4 p.m. at Grand Champions on field number 2. The horse list here for Grand Champions: Grant will start on Manchita, Juancito on Lever, Open Algabria for Rodrigo, and Omega for Nero. For the Colorado squad, Zubia on Secretaria, who we've seen him play a number of times in the first Chukker, a horse that he owns and operates, obviously, a 10-year-old that he feels very comfortable on and always gets a lot done on. Del Carrillo on a horse you know very well, Gomera. I was talking, we were talking before this match or before the stream started here about how I don't know for sure, but I think that horse has had a goal scored on it every Chukker it's played, so definitely one to watch there with Del Carrillo.
Yeah, definitely.
Jernavis on Jordi as usual, and Hete Creciente for Adolfo, and we're off and working.
Black mare, nice looking black mare.
Colorado trying to take control out of the throw in there. It's Nero, though. Juan Martin Nero. Nice open shot there. You know he's looking for Rodrigo, as he always does. Those two connect beautifully out here on the polo field. A hard hit ball off the mallet of Rodrigo Andrade. It's going to be collected here by Juan Martin Nero on the near side there. Nero on Omega. The ball left behind. And here's that black mare that we were just talking about there. Hete Creciente with Adolfo. Adolfo Cambiaso wearing the number 4 there on his back. That ball kicked out. Player lets him get his advantage back there. Adolfo hits down the sideboards, and the boys are off and running again. Here comes Juan Martin Nero in front of a packed sideline there. Zubia posturing nearby. Omega and Nero able to come away with control. Zubia's pony gets a little kick on it there. Nero tries to send now. Del Carrillo. Oh, what a look there. Del Carrillo trying to find Adolfo in motion. Zubia there for Colorado. Wanzu on Secretaria. Adolfo's going to come back here and circle in behind him. Zubia. We're using that fresh field to just ever so delicately tap that ball. Now Bellini looks for the back shot. Zubia interrupts him. Rodrigo comes around to bail his number 2 out. It's Andrade to get it turned there at midfield. Adolfo Cambiaso. Now Juan Martin Nero. Nero trying to grab control. It's Rodrigo. Andrade hooked on the play by Zubia. Rodrigo trying to hit the brakes, trying to get back to it. It's a left-hand turn by Wanzu. At the sideboards, Rodrigo. Rodrigo Andrade. Now Adolfo Cambiaso. He works that ball away. Zubia is out in front. Adolfo Cambiaso hits the pass here. Zubia a length in front of the defender on the near side, trying to save it. Adolfo now with the open attempt. The ball still in play, now out. Over the back line, out of play, and I think a whistle there, which makes me think maybe we're going to see a, I don't know, what are we going to see?
Those kind of plays where we were looking at the board is where Adolfo is most dangerous, because he's watching at the play and everybody else in the field is looking at the play, not looking at him, and suddenly he has the exact timing to go for the ball, and you will see him all the time in a breakaway.
Very good at what he does. The way he sits back and watches and then jumps in, like you said, it's all about timing with him. Grant Gansey getting the timing right to keep Rodrigo on the boogie out in front. Rodrigo Andrade. You see Adolfo trying to shut that run down there. Gansey moves in here. Grant Gansey. Oh, Del Carril trying to poke that one away. All the action still moving at the back line there. Nice moves to keep that little white ball on the playing surface here. Andrade gets a shoulder full there from Del Carril on Gomera, and here comes Zubia. Juan Martin Zubia off and moving here on Medellin. Oh, what a horse. That's a nice spare to go to there. Backed up here at midfield by Cambiaso. That's Adolfo at the sideboards. Gansey trying to stay clean, but keep pressure on Cambiaso. Tough thing to do, because he's going to try and work around you if he can. If not, he's going to try and get you to foul. The ball left behind there. Nice team work by Colorado. Zubia hits along the ground. Will Jernavis be able to get there? He and Jordy make contact. Knocked out of there. What a play. Grant Gansey. Beautiful defense, and the action rolls on here. 3.5 minutes into Chukker number 1. Nero, Juan Martin Nero, still on Omega there, pushed off the play on a nice bump by Adolfo Cambiaso. It's going to be Jordy and Jernavis off and going there. Jernavis leaves behind for Del Carril. It's picked off, though, by Nero. Now, Rodrigo Andrade. Rodrigo at a standstill. Rodrigo sends inside, and Nero moves left to jump on the play. Juan Martin Nero, big wind up there by Juanma, looking for young Mr. Gansey. Downfield, picked off, though, by Zubia, and the action moves towards the corner. Zubia checks down, turns left. Gansey keeping the pressure on. Zubia slowing down there. Couple inches away from his mallet. He's backed up, though, by his buddy Del Carril, and he hits hard, and away they go again. Awesome action here in the first 4 minutes of this semifinal match in the midfield. Coming through. Carril, and our first whistle of the match here.
What a chukker, right?
Man, oh man.
No whistles. They haven't stopped yet.
Wide open polo, back and forth, up and down this field. We've gone 0-0 on the scoreboard. Both teams fighting hard out here. They're not taking much time to feel each other out. They're just kind of going for it.
There you see that Hero had turned for the tail. The guy who was shooting the tail missed, and Nero came from behind with the line and
sneaky.
Yes,
sneaky. He's good at that.
Nero didn't turn for the back.
He is a sneaky player when he starts getting those guys. Watch that line so closely. When you look at Nero's stats, he has more received than he has committed there. He's received 5 fouls. He's drawn 5 in and only committed 2 this tournament through 3 matches. Nice averages and numbers there for Juan Martin Nero. 10-goaler there for Grant Chamans. Look at that. Del Carrillo trying to eat some lunch there for Colorado. And I think that whistle's going to sound again here. 2:24 to go now. And Chukker won. And let's see if this one is going to bring us to the line. I think so.
Yes, it's going to be a penalty 4.
Tell us what you see here.
What I saw from here is that the number 2 Grand Champ, Juan Bolini had to give 1 shot to Jero because he crossed the line and then he came back. He didn't give Jero 1 shot. He hooked him in the first swing Jero did, so it's a foul.
So that one will end up on the penalty line there.
Penalty 3, no?
What are they doing out here? I think it's a 4.
4.
They're just not set up quite yet, maybe? Yeah, here come the defenders. So it'll be a penalty 4 here. They're going to place that ball 60 yards out. It'll be a defended goal. Should the Grand Champions players choose to get in front of that one, they have the right to do it. What are they?
Yes.
What's the defender thinking about when the shooter is coming to the line? You know, somebody's got to be the point man. What are you trying to do?
Oh, you're thinking, what am I doing?
I should be changing horses. And wide to the left that one goes. Not something you see often from him at the line there. But that's how it goes. It goes wide to the left on that one. We remain scoreless here in Chukker number 1, and it's Nero on the knock-in. Oh, nice pressure there by Zubia. The flag goes. How about that? No whistle on the play there. Nice work on the knock-in there. Let's see that replay. That is how fast things happen. You make a mistake for a second.
Yeah, you have to put the pressure all the time on every play. That's what Juan did. He didn't get relaxed when the back was taking a knocking. He pushed very hard and he made him miss.
Nice pressure there. That young man, I feel a little bit like a broken record. I've said it so many times, but just an amazing season that he's had. They both have for this Colorado squad. They've been here on Colorado the whole time. And with Rob, we had Diego Cavanaugh playing with the Colorado squad for the first couple of tournaments there. And then I think Adolfo decided he liked that team so much that he wanted to play with them. Stole that team right away from Diego. And turns into a penalty here in favor of Colorado. It's Adolfo Cambiaso with control on Ana now, an American thoroughbred. Another black mare here for Adolfo. Cambiaso goes to work there now. Oh, what a play there. He drags the defenders with him, leaves the ball behind for Del Carrillo. Del Carrillo's ball not able to get through the pack there. Zubia on it now as Del Carrillo holds the defenders. Zubia trying to shoot around Nero, and it'll be Ganzi in to defend here. Tail shot along the back line there by Ganzi. Back shot from Jernavis right out and picked off by Juan Martin Nero. Nero on Princesa here with 33 seconds left to play in Chukker number 1. Juan Martin Nero often working 60 yards off his back line. He hits hard and that ball is at midfield. It's Juancito Bellini hard at work here with Del Carrillo coming back to defend. They rub shoulders here. They're going hard at it as they go to goal. Juan Bellini has his man taken care of, but that ball goes wide.
Great play.
Man, awesome. Did we have the angle there from midfield to watch those guys trade and paint as they worked away from the midfield line? The 30-second horn went as that play was just about at midfield, and that will take us out of Chukker number 1. So at the end of the first, it's 1-0. Colorado in the lead on a goal by Zubia. A great pickup there. He kept the pressure on Nero. He got the goal. 1-0 here at the end of the first. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back with the start of Chukker number 2 from South Florida. You're tuned into ChukkerTV and the Polo Channel's live coverage of the Triple Crown of Polo semifinals. We'll be right back. Well, we're just about ready to get into chukker number 2 here. You see the guys out here putting the field back together. Beautiful field here at Valiente, as always.
Yeah, we saw a great chukker in the last play. It's a very good play of Juan because he went past Hero from behind, which I think it's very difficult because Hero is very used to play back.
Yep.
He's a strong player. And he went through. He couldn't score, but he went through him.
Yeah, they. I mean, as far as opening chukkers go, that was as fast and open as you could hope for. They went, almost the entire time without a goal. You saw them up and down the field using horses.
Very similar to the game we saw this morning.
Exactly. That game they came out. Audi came out as hot as possible, and that first out of the first throw-in to run down for a goal, and man, it was wide open after that. A little bit more high scoring in their first chukker,
yes,
but the same intensity.
Yes, I think that intensity and that rhythm is more that the way because of the way the umpires are seeing the game and blowing as less fouls as possible, and I think that's a very positive point to take from their job, from the umpire's job.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they've done a phenomenal job. If you look back at the average game times for this season, they're all 75, 85-minute long games, and that is obviously so indicative of how many whistles are being blown, and not many. And the way they really give the players an opportunity to keep things moving and only call it when there really is a foul. Look at this. Zubia out of the air, catches it with a cane there. His pal Del Cadillo comes in. The way these two work together is great to watch. 20 and 21 years old, respectively there. Del Cadillo trying to work around Rodrigo Andrade, and that is not an easy thing to do. Rodrigo Andrade is...
not in a short play, eh?
Oh, man. You and he are two of the toughest players that... If they have the ball, if you and he have the ball, good luck getting it away. And if you or he are after you and you've got the ball, you better use it quickly because, man, it's great to watch. And Andrade trying to shut Del Carrillo down. That ball ends up out of bounds, out of play. It's Adolfo Cambiaso here going to work. Adolfo on Primicia, trying to find an opportunity to shoot. Juancito's there. He clears the path. He shoots along the ground. Right. It's wide.
Yeah, but that's the play, it has to be a clean shot to goal. If it's in, it's a great play, and if it's out, you wait for the other team to knock in, and you're ready to defend.
Here comes Nero. He taps once, now hits. Andrade. Match there by Del Carrillo. I like that lineup with those two. I mean, they are running neck and neck downfield. Rodrigo Andrade shutting down nicely there on one of his favorite ponies. Open, Retrato. And I think a buried ball over there. Looks like Zubia pulls out the pickaxe at the sideboards. They're trying to unearth that ball. As always, horse versus ball. The ball loses every single time.
Goes underground.
Yep, there's just no chance of that little white ball. If you're not familiar, you've never held a polo ball in your hand or hit one before, it's a little bit small, or it's a little bit about the size of a baseball, a little bit bigger than a baseball. Hard plastic molded ball there, and anytime that horse steps on it, it disappears. Wow, what a move on the boards. What a horse there. Juan Martin Nero, Zubia sticking with them there. Zubia on Riedel, one of his favorites for sure. Man, oh man, Juan Martin Nero. One of the best in the business. That move on the boards, I wonder if we can watch the replay from that far back there. When he took control on the other, just on the other side of midfield. It's a little way into it there, but here we'll watch the end of it. Nice shot there. I mean, Zubia was all over him.
Yeah, but when Juanma is when he's on the run, it's very difficult to stop him.
He kind of gets that zone. He's so focused. His attention to detail is just amazing at that speed. Quite something to watch there. That Riedel and Zubia doing everything they could, but he is a tough customer there, Juan Martin Nero. Ball left behind there, and it's going to be picked up by Primicia and Adolfo Cambiaso here. Primicia And Adolfo, the hit ball out in front now for Rob Jernavis on Equivocada. Rob Jernavis trying to find a... Oh, look at that. What a great approach. A path inside. No need to put any more touches on that one. That deal is sealed. Nice work there. Yeah. Adolfo from one end of the field airmails that bad boy. Jernavis goes right to it.
I played the father of Equivocada in Argentina. Ácido, yes. It's a black stallion.
Okay.
He's got a really good mouth, and I enjoy it a lot when I'm on him.
And so does that horse live? That horse stays in Argentina. Ácido.
Ácido, yes.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember where else we've seen some of the other Ácido horses. There's a bunch of them in the lineup here.
Rob has another black mare out of Falta Envido and Ácido.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, Flor.
Yeah, a black mare.
Flor, I think, right? Yeah. At the sideboards, Adolfo moves inside. Adolfo Cambiaso. Zubia. Rather. Overpowered there by Nero. Open back shot by Juanma. Here comes Del Carril. Hero Del Carril. Trying to turn back towards goal here. Del Carril. His efforts thwarted there by Nero. Now Rodrigo Andrade. Big neck shot attempt there by Rodrigo. Here's Del Carril. 40 yards out. Del Carril. Nero trying to shut his path to goal down. I think that's what Del Carril was saying there is, hey, man, he was more than on my line. But that's how it goes. Great defense, right?
Yeah, he shot the angle of the shot for Hero really well. We were seeing from the drone. It's amazing how he does it.
Nero. Hard hit ball out to his left, and here comes Juancito. Juan Bellini Jr. Here comes Adolfo Cambiaso in. He's able to get a touch on that ball and steal it away. Grant Ganzi, though, coming through and hitting hard. You see Zubia all over him there. Nice touch by Zubia on the inside there, but the whistle is going to stop his efforts here with 2:11 to go, and chukker number 2. Let's watch on the replay here.
Yeah, they blew that Granty made a swing on Juan's horse, and that's what they blew.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
Yep, as simple as that.
It wasn't very hard.
Not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
More of just kind of motioning that he could, that the swing was interrupted.
Yeah,
that Zubia.
But it wasn't any danger on Grant's swing.
No.
And of course, he had no intention of doing
anything. I think he was trying to say, hey, I'm being fouled here. But when you make contact like that, the umpires don't care. They don't want to see any of that. You make contact with the pony, whether you're trying to prove your point or not, they're going to whistle you for that. They did. It's Adolfo Cambiaso there from midfield. Now Rob Jernavis and Zubia. They play a little pinball there. Zubia, it's kicked away, and here comes Rodrigo Andrade. On Torcaza. Rodrigo. Rodrigo Andrade. Look at that. Nero just working hard to keep Del Carril out of there. Del Carril wants to get in and kind of give Rodrigo the pressure there. But this is what I was talking about. When Rodrigo starts playing that close ball stuff, he and Nero start playing a little game of cat and mouse there. And
oh, what a pass.
What a play. I mean, it just works so nicely. Back to defend. Adolfo Cambiaso. He calls off Rob Jernavis and slams a big ball crossfield. Cambiaso on a French thoroughbred named Flo. He's had a thing for black mares here in Chukkers 1 and 2. Out in front goes Rob Jernavis being chased by Grant Ganzi. Jernavis leaves behind. Rodrigo gets a touch on it. Now Del Carril in to take control for Colorado. Del Carril changes his path 60 yards out. He drops back for Zubia. Zubia worked on by another Juan Martin out there. Now Adolfo works in. Can he hold on to it? He can. But I think time is out there. It is 46.4 seconds remaining here in chukker number 2. It's 2-1. which is a little bit surprising. I got to tell you, these are both high-scoring teams. Have averaged over 11 goals per game, each of them in play here. Collectively, Grand Champions has 33 in the tournament compared to Colorado's 45.
But not only they are high-scoring teams, they are very good defensive. So you see a mixture of both attacking and defense. Yes.
Yeah, it's great to watch. We've seen a lot of goals on the goal line in big plays to knock them out of there. We could easily have a couple more goals on the board, but like you said, both great defensively. There's one that goes onto the board there, and that one puts Colorado up by a pair. So 3-1.
It's going to be a chukker.
And that'll do it, yep, for chukker number 2. So that horn goes, yeah, we're just past 30 seconds here. That horn will go before the ball is put back into play. And we'll get a U-turn out of some of those players there who will now head back to their tents and trailers. So through 2, it's 3-1. Colorado squeaks out a 2-goal lead there to wrap up the second. And we'll take a little break here. So through 2, 3-1. Colorado up by 2 in the semifinal match. We're going to go to a quick commercial break and then be right back for the start of chukker number 3. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I love this mare that we got from Vicky Armour. Her name's Girl Power. She's probably the most comfortable horse I have.
My name's Carlos Gracida, and I played the mare a couple times in Grand Champions. Yeah, Girl Power was always nice. She was always smooth. She always had a good mind, and for thoroughbreds, that's huge.
I play her usually first and sixth. Best attribute, definitely her speed. I was able to get on her and hit a big neck shot to the goal to go up by 3. She has such a comfortable stride that I had such confidence hitting the ball. I knew I was going to hit it well because I was on her.
Players and ponies coming back out onto the pitch here, getting ready for chukker number 3. Colorado able to go up by 2 there in the end of chukker number 2 on a penalty shot there to make it 3-1. And here they come. So Colorado, we'll look at the horse list there and see Zubia on Peanut. That's a horse I think you were playing earlier this season also.
Yes.
So I mean, there was just one day I started looking at the horse list and I started seeing all your horses had disappeared from your list and it ended up a lot of them on this Colorado squad. What happened there?
No, it's just because it's
part of the process.
No, it's not it was not my string, it was Adolfo's string.
Right.
So those horses move wherever Adolfo is playing.
Right, and that's kind of a glimpse into the organization and how you guys operate here, is that he pretty much puts the horse list together for the different players, and then as the tournaments change, the horses will stay with the player for the tournament, but then in the next tournament they might move around a little bit.
It's amazing the amount of polo ponies you can see here at the barn.
It's
because
unbelievable.
I'm being mounted by Valiente. Everyone, I mean, you see 3 players here being mounted by Valiente and Adolfo. Diego has some of his own, but
well, I mean, if you look at the 4 horses on the field for Colorado right now, J5, I'm going to assume, owns Peanut, or La Delfina. La Delfina owns Charata. J5 owns the one that Rob's on, and La Delfina. I mean, so yeah, they're all organization horses that are out there right now.
That's amazing. It's not easy. It's not an easy achievement.
It's an amazing achievement, and not many organizations can pull it off. Obviously, J5 and the J-Del5 La Delfina relationship very strong. We see Zubia driving hard inside there. Look at that. I mean, a big chopper there by Andrade, and the whistle sounds here 17 seconds into chukker number 3. What'd you see on that one? Rodrigo, did he get Zubia on that line first? What do you think?
I think Zubia had the line because he was going on speed, and Rodrigo had to give him one shot.
They both look like they were going to play it on the offside, which is just as Alejandro Estrada and I were talking about this morning. When two guys go to play it on the same side of the horse, generally somebody's going to be wrong.
Yes.
Because how could it possibly be?
Yeah, I bet you were talking about Pablo's and Angejo's play over the boards.
Yeah.
I was talking the same with.
It just, there's no, exactly.
With Jero and Juanma.
Exactly. It was right in front of us. Here's Zubia here looking to go up by 3. Zubia does just that. Nice work from the line. And it's 4-1 here in the first 30 seconds of chukker number 3. So he's good from the line there. Those penalty shots, Zubia, 100% from 30 yards out here in the Triple Crown of Polo. Teams come back to midfield now. They switch directions as they do after every goal scored and line up on the officials. Big thanks to all of our viewers who are tuning in from around the world, from out in California to, I think I saw Chile somewhere on the list there and beyond. We love having everybody tuned in. Write us a message. Let us know where you're watching from today. And stick around because we're going to be giving out some hats here in the second half. We're going to come up with some trivia. The guys are working on that right now. And so stick around. Make sure you come all the way through the 6th with us here. We'll be giving some stuff out. Anyway, big thanks to all of our viewers who keep tuning in match after match here and who have been with us all season. Tuning in and watching these World Polo League matches here in Wellington. I've had some great action. And this match, the rest of this one here, and one more to go on our winter season here. If you are local and haven't decided what you're doing Sunday, make plans to come to Grand Champions. What a party that is going to be. Polo at 4 and Thievery Corporation takes the stage, I think, around 6. Tickets on worldpolo.org. We look live at Juan Martin Nero going to the penalty line here.
Through the middle.
I mean, textbook, up and down. When we look at the statistics here for penalty shots for Colorado, we see a couple different guys on the list, and they've all taken a variety of different penalty shots. For Grand Champions, it's pretty much just Nero. We saw Granty take a couple 60 attempts in a Mandarina match, but Juan Martin Nero has been 100% from the line on 30s, 40s, and 60s, and he remains that way. Oh, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Great statistics to have. That's such an important. Oh, look at this. I like that. Nero and Adolfo. You can tell those guys play some polo together. They have this, I mean, they look like the same person checking down there on that ball.
Yeah.
Rob Dranavis.
Yeah, they played together in England, and they had an amazing season. They won the Queen's Cup, and then they lost against King Power, the semis of the Gold Cup. But together they played really good polo.
Man, oh man, that's a strong combination there. That much is for certain. Adolfo hits hard, hits long. It's going to be Nero though on Muñeca. That gray pony, look at that. Nice action there as those guys really come hard into each other there. Andrade and Zubia. Rodrigo whips around to the right and whips that ball out in front there. Juancito Bellini looking for some legs. Adolfo Cambiaso coming in to chase him down here. Bellini. Nice drive by young Mr. Bellini.
He's been really solid with the ball, Juan, in the last games, eh?
Really confident
through the whole season.
No doubt. Well, and you see both of these guys, he and Grant. You know, we put them in the same sentences a lot of times because they play out in front together. They're best friends. They're rated similarly, and they've been on the same path here, and that's up with their play. We could see in the warm-up tournament. Oh man, look at that! I mean, Rodrigo comes in from switching ponies and goes right to it there. 4:22 to go here, and chukker number 3. They're running downfield. Will they get this one in?
we were talking about Grant and Juan. It's great because you can see them when they have the ball, they can do really well with the ball, and when they have to work for the team, they don't have an issue, and they go and they do what they are told, and that's why this team has done so well, because they know they have to do what Juanma and Rodrigo tell them, and they've been doing really well.
And those are two good guys to listen to. And if you do, you've got a pretty good chance. You know, I mean, if you listen, and like you said, the thing obviously that makes a good team is that cohesion, and that, you know, everybody plays their role. And like you said, when it's their time for the ball, they're great with it, and when it's not their time for the ball, they work for everybody else on the team to help them with their opportunity on the ball.
And when you have these kind of people, I mean, Rodrigo and Juanma as a leader, it's very probable that the team is going to work, because they are very good, they're nice people, and they will you know that everything that they will tell you is going to be for good.
Look at that shot. He drains that one. I mean, a huge. He didn't have any
100%.
penalty sixes on his penalty shot list there. Now he does. That one was further than 60 with a little bit of an angle there, and it's just the same way though. Right down the middle. The drone doesn't lie.
And he wasn't on his favorite gray horse this time, eh?
Right.
So he can do it on any horse.
Exactly. He keeps proving it here. 100% on penalties. I mean, it's just amazing, especially after 3 games. This isn't the first game of the tournament here, obviously. I mean, this is the 4th game that these guys are both playing here in Triple Crown of Polo action. Anyway, it's Colorado with control. Del Carril. See, Adolfo takes off, seeing that Del Carril has that one under control, working down. Here's Nero. Big back shot there by Juan Martin Nero. Ends up right on the 60-yard marker. Zubia jumps in here, trying to mind his P's and Q's, though. Does not want to foul here. Zubia has control. Look at that. Juancito all over him.
All over him.
I mean, just like a pit bull in there. And time is out with 2:41. We'll watch the replay. Zubia.
Oh, that's a sandwich against Rodrigo, I think.
Yeah, no Zubia for lunch.
I don't know what they have blown.
I think that, I mean, that's the most logical that I saw there, and what we're talking about is when you have 2 members of the same team working on both sides of a guy, that's what they don't want to see there.
Yeah, but Hero is teeing up the ball, so I don't know what happened. I mean, I know what happened, but I don't know what the umpires.
Right, what they called. It could have been. It had to have been that. I don't know what else. Either way, Colorado going to the line here, 60 yards out. 60-yard shot towards a defended goal. Geronimo Del Carril. He put one to the left earlier in the match, and that one is to the left as well. So wide it goes. The score remains tied here, 4 apiece. 2:30 to play in the first half. Grand Champions is all right with that. They like what he's doing from the line. That's good news for them. They get a knock-in instead of having to go back for a throw-in, and that score changing. The score remains the same. It's Nero here. 2:15 on the clock. Juan Martin Nero picking his path here.
Look.
Zubia gets him again. Nero and Zubia battling it out. I like it. The action rolls on here, and out towards the middle goes Juan Martin with control. Juan Martin Nero looking for open space and finding it through the midfield. Juan Martin Nero being chased here by another Juan Martin, and that's Zubia. Nero trying to move inside. Zubia stops it with a back shot. Del Carril gets a touch on it. Here comes Juancito Bellini. Juancito. He shoots. He scores. How about that? Great team play. This tie is broken. Grand Champions goes up by 1. Nero handles most of the heavy lifting on this one. And here comes Bellini. Nice work by Juancito. And a goal.
Yeah, we saw a great play from Juanma, which is his play when he gets the ball from behind on speed. That's what he does best, and he gets usually when he makes this play, one or two of the other team comes
with him,
with him, and there is one of his team alone behind.
And that's exactly what we saw there. They stick with the 10-goaler, and as the teammates come through to pick the pieces up, that's exactly what happened. So we watch the replay here.
This is what happened. Juan put his mallet on Juanma's side, so it's a foul for Grand Champions.
Nero kind of saw that one coming and helped that one out. Hits hard, trying to keep the momentum going there. Rodrigo. And the whistles go again here. So under a minute left here in chukker number 3. I like it. Grand Champions has the lead by 1. Let's watch the replay. Rodrigo hits inside. What do you see there? Did Zubia have it?
I think it was Adolfo's ball. I think it was Adolfo's ball.
So let's see what the umpires say.
And Rodrigo put the mallet like Juanma did, like Juan Zubia did on Juanma's at the other side of the field. It was the same play from Rodrigo to Adolfo.
So a Colorado ball there. It's hit hard and out to the left by Adolfo Cambiaso. Zubia gives it a big ride there. Jernavis trying to drop underneath it. Ganzi pumping to get back and defend against Jernavis. Coming through is Del Carril. Del Carril, oh man. What a goal there on the near side. Beautiful patience there by Del Carril and great timing as he finishes for Colorado and ties things up to wrap up the first half. Watch Del Carril. Man, I mean, it is a game of inches or half inches, just inches or so behind that horse's hooves, barely, I mean, almost kicking it back there, almost over the back line. Nice play there by the young man, 21 years young, Geronimo Del Carril, and he ties things up here. Colorado and Grand Champions go to their tents with a nickel apiece on the scoreboard. What are these guys going to talk about at halftime here? Do you see anything that that we can pick apart here that gives us an indication about what they're working on, or do you think these guys are just going to try and stick to their game plan, being that we're pretty much starting over at 0?
If it was me in each team, I would do like you were saying, stick to the plan, because they're playing a great game, each team against a great team. I honestly don't see any mistakes, big mistakes.
You could say you could look at the line, a couple shots wide from the penalty line, but hey, man, that starts to get picky. A couple of those were pretty far out. So nice work here by both of these teams through 3 chukkers. We're tied at 5 apiece. We couldn't be asking for better action than this in a semifinal match. We're determining here who goes on to play against Audi in the finals. Don't go anywhere, folks. Halftime starts now. We'll be back shortly with the start of chukker 4 for the remaining chukkers 4, 5, and 6. In the semifinal, coming to you from Valiente. You're tuned into ChukkerTV and the Polo Channel's live coverage. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
So this is the heart of American polo. The atmosphere here at Santa Rita is like family. The Santa Rita facilities are world-class polo facilities. They're in the center of Wellington, Florida, and it's the perfect place to come and play polo at this time of year.
What I really like about Santa Rita is that we have everything very near to the barn, so I can get on the horse and go to the track, ride the horses, or sticking ball on the field. All the people that work here at Santa Rita are really nice and really friendly. Also, you can bring the children because the barn is very secure, so the horses are very, very comfortable and they rest very well.
The Ganti family is providing some wonderful opportunities here at Santa Rita, particularly for the women, because in women's polo we're just now starting to really blossom and grow. Melissa Dancy and Alina Carta have put together this league, and they're doing a fantastic job making opportunities available for women to play once a week against each other. So the Santa Rita League has helped us develop these friendships and bonds and create ways of improving women's polo.
My name is Juan Bolini, and we are here in Santa Rita Polo Club. I'm the chef director of the polo school, though we do have lessons and ideas to have polo for everyone.
I've been coming out here taking lessons at Santa Rita for 4 years. Every lesson is really fun. It's always a good time to get out on a horse.
And I think polo is a sport for everyone. So we really have a facility for any level of polo that you want to come enjoy. So I really enjoy what we do here, and Mark and Melissa Gansi really love the game of polo, they love horses.
I highly recommend anyone coming to Santa Rita to play for lessons, for club chukkers, for polo tournaments at any level from local to as high as 26. We're very grateful to have a chance to play here. Thanks to Melissa and Mark and everyone at Grand Champions in Santa Rita.
La yegua más famosa que por historia, que me ha divertido cómo viene el cuento, es la falta en vido, que la ha ganado contra un amigo jugando al truco. Falta en vido significa, es como el final del partido, ¿no? Entonces le canté falta en vido, él me quiso y le gané con 25. Y la yegua terminó siendo una de mis yeguas favoritas en toda mi carrera, de hecho la cloné, la tengo clonada. Pero lo más increíble que del cuento es que la yegua ganó Copa de la Reina, mejor yegua, jugó el abierto varios años.
Rugby player clutching thin air as Cambiasso slips away, puts on the heater, takes the ball down the ground.
Y tengo hijas que bueno, las llamo a través de los nombres del juego, que son la Flor, la Sota, todo a través de lo que es el truco y el juego se llaman los hijos, así que y la verdad que tengo muchas hijas jugando acá, una está jugando Rob y otra estoy jugando yo.
So I've been playing floor now, and it's incredible. The acceleration that this horse has out of the plays is pretty phenomenal. You know, you see a play and think to go to it, and she accelerates into it with so much power, but at the same time she has so much handle and flexibility that to slow down afterwards it's so easy. And you know, I never rode Falta en Vido, but I can imagine that she has a lot of the same attributes that her mother did.
I played Sota the first time in 2012, and she was 7 years old. There was a year that she came from Argentina, and after that I played her again in 2015 and 2016. And probably in 16 was one of my best mares. Adolfo's gonna play her this year in the World Polo League season. Has a lot of power, you know, good mouth, is good acceleration and very good endurance. You know, they will play two chukkers quite well, and that I think is why they are so good.
I saw Sayu running down the field, so I tried to pass it to him. Sayu got it on his near side, adjusted his horse, shot to goal, and that's where I pushed in, went deep, and made the last couple touches. He's just a good all-around horse.
So as we come back into the stream here, watching highlights of our first half of action there, man, that was a great pocket-picking maneuver by Zubia on Nero. Nero returned the favor there by slamming one past Zubia into goal. That was a great run that started with Nero and a great pickup.
That's Juancito's goal.
Yeah, nice confident run there, as most
Very
of them
solid.
are.
Yeah, sometimes you see a guy running alone in a breakaway, and you say, okay, he has to score, but it's not that easy. Eh?
No,
you have to do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's a 100+ yards a lot of times to get there. That was a great. I mean, it's all about timing, and he had it. He certainly had it on that one. Oh, that was a great goal too. Rob Dranavis pounding that one from about 45 yards out. No need to touch it again. It's already going through. No defenders coming there. And Granty, beautiful neck shot there. Or, excuse me, Juancito rather.
Yes.
Yeah, to get that one through. So we're tied here, 5-5, coming out of halftime. What a game! This is as tight as anyone's played Colorado. You know, we saw Alegria had a great game against this Colorado squad that. Colorado ended up winning that one, which secured their place in the semis. And they played them pretty tight all the way through, but, you know, tied at halftime against these guys is pretty strong.
Yeah, of course. I think we're going to see a similar second half of the game. And as we reach the end, the end of the game, we will see more of Rodrigo, Adolfo, and Juanma for sure.
Well, that's exciting. I look forward to that because those are the guys that, you know, when we're watching them, big things are always happening. When we saw an amazing play out of Juan Martin Nero on the far boards where he, just made it with a handy horse, a U-turn, in the flash of an eye. Just a blink, and he was gone. He ended up running down. We saw Zubia matching stride for stride with him there on a strong horse named Riedel.
Yeah, Riedel, yes, an English thoroughbred.
But Nero, he's a tough customer.
You will see. You will see in the end of the game. The higher the pressure, the better Rodrigo, Juanma, and Adolfo play.
And the way that Nero and Rodrigo play together, the way they read each other and know where they're going or where they're gonna be is just amazing.
See, Juanma, it's a really easy player to play with. I've seen many players play really well with him. I've seen Pelon. I've seen Sapo, Adolfo, and Rodrigo. It's a very easy player to play with, a very good teammate.
That's a nice compliment to get. That's what all players want to hear, I think, about themselves. You know, is that they're easy to play with and that players feel comfortable playing with them. We'll see how these guys start out. The second half of action here, the ball goes right down the middle. They're right out in front of us here, and it's Rodrigo Andrade coming away with control there. Picked off by Zubia and Cambiaso. Adolfo shutting down here on Delfina Miami. Zubia on the near side. Trying to maintain control. Nero has it stolen away, though. Nero coming the other way now. Juan Martin Nero. Nero slowing down, letting his teammates get in position here. Nero launching along the ground. Grant Ganzi moves on to the line here. Ganzi trying to get it to goal. Juancito there. Grant Ganzi going for the belly shot, I think, and that one kicks wide and out. We remain tied here, 5-5. Grant Ganzi on his prized possession there, his prized pony, Girl Power. Just saw a little bit about her during halftime there. Juancito on Marco Polo, a stallion. And here comes Zubia. Zubia on Pintita.
Fast horse.
You know this one?
I know this one, and I know the mother of Pintita very well.
Look at that. Zubia having a good run on this mare, but not good enough for a goal. They say wide.
Wide.
Man, bad luck there.
Pintita's mother used to belong to Javier Novillo Estrada.
Okay.
And when I began playing professionally, I played with him, and I used to ride and practice his horses in Argentina. And Pinta was a really strong mare. and I remember enjoying a lot when I was playing her.
That's fun to be able to ride the mare, to enjoy her, and then her daughter.
Oh, yes. I had the chance, yes.
Very cool.
And none of them were mine.
Which can be good news and bad news all at the same time. It's
a mixture of sensations.
That's exactly right. Adolfo Cambiaso, man, what a beautiful approach that was. It's turned back by the Grand Champions Casablanca team, and here they come. Kicked back, though. Rob Dranavis, nice back shot there by Rob. Grand Champions trying to get there first. 5:05 left to play here. Chukker number 4, still a tied ball game. Zubia. Juan Martin Zubia. Andrade. Rodrigo Andrade now. Zubia has it lined up on the near side there. Zubia thought about the next shot there. Rodrigo was reading him pretty well. He comes the other way with it on that mare Pentito we were talking about there. Zubia takes the bump from Rodrigo. Nice timing by Zubia. Oh, look at that. He shakes free of him. He's thinking about shooting. Zubia moves inside. Zubia eventually shut down and taking control. Juancito. Juan Bellini Jr. back shot there. Nero goes right to where that ball will be and hits it as soon as he possibly can. Jernavis clears out of the way in front of Andrade, and Rodrigo has the play now. At midfield, Rodrigo Andrade. Rob Jernavis out in front of him there. Rodrigo Andrade keeping it close to him. Rodrigo Andrade on open, easy lady, and the whistle sounds with 4:10 to play, and Chukker 4.
See, there you see that Rob should have given space to Rodrigo to play the ball and maybe take him out of the play with a write-off.
And I think Rodrigo was kind of hoping that was going to happen there with Rob in front of him. Rodrigo doesn't have to move a lot to make it look worse than it is for Rob. I mean, Rob was riding that pretty well. He was close to it there, but when you're the guy with the ball behind, you're kind of dictating the line.
Yeah. No, and sometimes what happens to me when I'm playing, you have to put in the place of the other player. And maybe he's in a worse position than you are, because I mean, Rob was defending, but it was not easy for Rodrigo to score that goal.
Right.
So if you foul him, you make life easier for him.
Right. And that's what Rodrigo was hoping was going to happen there.
It's very easy to say this from here, sitting in an air-conditioned.
Always is. Exactly. No, well, that's the beauty of it, is that we can make the call after the fact from the replay. We have, I mean, that's what I was joking around the other day, saying I get it right after about 3 times of looking at it on the drone. The umpires get it right,
of course.
90+% of the time live, and the way they do that is just amazing. And the players, the decisions that you all make so fast, it's unbelievable to see how fast the action really does move at this level of polo. Rodrigo Andrade moving incredibly fast downfield, trying to get that one between the goalposts, and he does. Rodrigo. Wowzers. They go up by 2 here. Watch Andrade.
He's so sensitive in his wrist and hand when he goes on speed and with the ball control. It's amazing.
And I mean, that pony is just eating. Oh man, I mean, what a touch. What a touch that was there. That horse just eating up, galloping up the ground there. Big reach there. I think that was Torcaza for Rodrigo there. Look at that. I mean, just what a sword fight. Adolfo Cambiaso. Field in great shape here. Oh, look at that. Juan Bellini. Nice moves by Juan, but nicer moves even by another there. Zubia just chopped that ball away as soon as Bellini made progress. Now Nero reaches out in front there, leans out and gets the next shot away. Ganzi avoids the hook. It's going towards the goal. Zubia chopping it out of there. Nice defensive play by Juan Martin Zubia. Grand Champions Casablanca on top here by 2 goals. It's 7-5 with 1:59 to go in Chukker 4. We were saying before that this is as tight as anyone has played Colorado. This is now tighter than anybody has played Colorado. I don't think anybody has been up by
2 goals.
2 goals like this. Zubia is in here defending.
I don't see anything there.
I know what he was hoping for, what Grant was hoping for there. And here comes the umpire shuffle to make a little bit more sense of this. So our clock, let's see, we say 8-5. We'll make a little adjustment there, make it 7-5 here. 1:58 to go. And chukker number 4, they're going to go into the booth behind us here. I can feel the trailer rocking and rolling. That means that somebody has climbed on board and they are taking a review of this play here to determine if there was a foul or if there was not a foul. We're not having an easy time finding it, but we are not the officials. So we will wait for them to determine what happened there. It kind of looks like they're getting ready for a throw-in, though. I don't know if that's just...
No, they're waiting for the third man decision. If you ask me...
I'll ask you. What do you think?
What I see is that Juancito, if he... Look, there you see Juan Subia hitting a tail. And if Juancito hits a right backhand, it's not a foul.
Right.
But he's hitting in the near side, so he crossed the line, and then he had the right to go for the ball, but on the right side, not in the near side. That's what I see.
Yeah, that makes as much sense as you can find there. I think that's the most logical situation, especially with Del Carril right there. I mean, Geronimo Del Carril was right there, and he was on the near side, ready to make that play. So they're going to give this one to Colorado here. Indeed, they saw what you saw.
Yes.
Those guys have good eyes, huh?
They must have.
They must have, yeah, exactly. Down to midfield it goes. Turn back. Rodrigo Andrade. Juancito on the move in front. Rodrigo's ball rolling towards that back line, and it gets over the back line then and out of play. So 1:33 to go here, and chukker number 5, grand champions Casablanca on top by a pair of goals over Colorado. Again, this is not something we have seen in the Triple Crown of Polo here, and that's Colorado down by a couple. I think the umpires are going to give him a timeout down there to swap a pony out. So 1:28 to go, chukker number 4. It's been a wide open match since the umpires first called play in chukker number 1. The win against Blackwatch, Valiente, and Alegria. So 2 talented teams out here with an abundance of horsepower on both sides.
See, but you know, I think Grand Champion at the moment they're taking advantage of what I was saying in the beginning. They've been playing together for 2 months, and they know each other really well in every situation of the game, and that's what not Colorado has. I mean, they began playing together 3 or 4 games ago. I mean, they're great players.
No doubt.
You always need some games and practices to adjust.
And even though these guys are all working out of the same barns, they're on the same property over here, stabling, playing practices together every week, until you're out there really you know, really expected to deliver, it's still not the same dynamic as playing together. I mean, you can practice together and whatever, but like, you know, like you've been saying, Grand Champions, this is essentially their 4th tournament together because we had a warm-up tournament, the Founders Cup, the Palm Beach Open, now the Triple Crown of Polo. It's a really tight-knit, cohesive team.
Yeah. No, every game have situations, and that's where you see all your teammates how they react on every situation, and then you build all the team spirit through the season or through the years, because if you're lucky you can play with the same team for a couple of years. And that's really important. That's really important, in my opinion.
It's you start to really know where each other are on the field. You see it with Rodrigo and Nero, the way they drop the ball back, the way they unintentionally run set plays with each other, you know, where it's not like they're something that they've talked about, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get down there and I'm going to, you know, they just know. It's a feeling, I guess.
You know what to say, when to say it.
That's a good point, yeah.
If you see a teammate making a mistake, and if you know him, maybe you know that you have to tell him so that he doesn't do it anymore.
He forgets about it, yeah.
Or you know that you don't have to tell him anything because he won't do it anymore automatically.
That's a great point to kind of take care, you know, teammates being able to take care of each other mentally out there. If you need a reminder about, hey, you know, do this, don't do that, or it's okay that you did that, we're going to be all right, you know, sometimes also. Look at this. I mean, awesome work here. Colorado.
Great goal.
What a run there, and a great way to wrap up Chukker number 4. I'd like to see the whole run on replay almost. I mean, that is as good of a pass as you can get. That is Zubia returning some favors there from Del Carril. Normally it's the other way around. Del Carril is the one feeding it out in front for Zubia.
Very well done from Zubia, from Jero, winning the field against Nero. It's not an easy job to do.
Not an easy thing to do. There's enough time to get the ball back in play. Zubia looking to settle the score here in Chukker number 4. Not going to be allowed to do it there. Juan Martin Nero chops that ball back, and here comes Adolfo Cambiaso. Cambiaso turns around there. He's in the Grand Champions Casablanca half of the field. Adolfo Cambiaso would work there. He drops it back for Zubia. Zubia launches out in front. It's going to need help to get to goal if it has a chance there. Over the back line, though, and out of play is how that one ends up. Number 4 is out the door. Grand Champions on top by 1 goal over Colorado. You're tuned in to ChukkerTV in the Polo Channel's live coverage of the Triple Crown of Polo. Colorado gets one back there. We go 7-6 as we head towards Chukker number 5. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This club is one of the most welcoming, friendly, but yet competitive polo clubs.
We're all here for the love of the sport and the love of the lifestyle.
This is the most fun you can have on a horse.
We have several different levels. We play -2 to 20 goals. So if you don't have your own horse, we have club horses that you can use.
The fields here are incredible. We've got 3 great grass facilities, and in the fall and the spring we can play arena.
We do a bunch of events during the summer, and our idea behind that is to promote polo, is to, again, bring polo to the masses. And this past year, we hosted the Rocky Mountain Polo Festival.
Every single person that I've seen at practice, in tournaments, is just having a great time.
It's a great group of people.
Everybody and anybody is welcome at the Denver Polo Club.
We're looking live at the Colorado side of the field here. You see the Valiente facilities in the background. What a beautiful place this is. What's it like to work out of the barns here? I mean, we know the facility is beautiful, but how is it to work out of this place?
No,
here?
You feel lucky every day.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to put it.
You feel lucky every day. I remember when I first came here in 2015, we were playing the 26 goals at IPC.
Yeah, that was yourself, Taranco, and Torres?
No, Adolfo.
I mean, yeah, you, Adolfo, yeah.
Jejo and Bob.
Yeah.
And we didn't have a good beginning of the season. We couldn't connect. Imagine I was playing with Adolfo, #1 in polo in the world, and I couldn't win a game. I was feeling really bad, but in the end we could win the US Open, and it was a really good season.
Yeah, really good season. And that was your first time here? That was the first
My
year
only time here, yes.
Yeah. That was the first year that this place was built, maybe. Yeah,
Yes.
brand new.
Yes. You know what? That year I was really surprised because we were losing every game, and I was looking at Adolfo. He never panicked, or he always was looking forward, in a good mood, and I learned a lot from him. In that year.
What's I'll just put you on the spot and say, what do you think the biggest thing you learned was?
I think that's the biggest thing I learned.
To always look forward.
Yes, and he takes, when he loses, he takes it really well. I mean, he takes away the bad things, he cannot do anything about, and he tries to improve what he's capable to improve.
Man, I mean, mentally, that's so hard to do when you talk about this, like, sports psychology in general and kind of sectioning off different things. You know, take the things you can't do anything about and forget about them.
Forget about them, yes.
If you did something wrong from the penalty line or something like that, or you hit a couple bad balls, then I guess you know what to work on.
It's very easy to say, but it's really, really hard to do. I mean, you have to be focused almost every day to do it if you want to play a sport professionally.
Oh, I mean, I think that's what we see out of him, and why we see, you know, him, you know, as the athlete that we see him as, because, I mean, he's so focused every day about this stuff and the horse lists and managing all the horses.
Yes, I had the chance to play with Pelon, with him, and to play with, for example, Sapo, many time goalers. You learn many things from them off the field. Many things.
Here's Nero. Chukker #5 often working here again. Nero and his Grand Champions Casablanca team on top by 1 goal here. The ball's at the boards, bounces off the boards, hit here by Rodrigo. Rodrigo trying to catch Nero in motion. It's back to the boards, though. Rodrigo Andrade. Pressured there by Del Carril. Del Carril, his patience pays off. He wins the match there at the boards, and here comes Adolfo Cambiaso on a breakaway. Cambiaso on Sota. A falta and Vito, baby, going to goal. Adolfo Cambiaso puts it through. We're all tied up here in the early moments of Chukker #5. We go 7-7 here, 52 seconds into the period. What a play there by Hieronymo Del Carril. From the boards, the back shot that sent Adolfo.
Yeah, he put the pressure that we were talking about in the beginning.
Just great work. An open shot there, and Adolfo he knows right what to do. He's going to find that ball a home between the goalposts. Back to midfield. The ball's in play. Cambiaso wins the throw, and Nero picks his pocket. It's Nero's turn now. Juan Martin Nero on Lagartija going to goal. Can he get it done? A beautiful approach. It's in. They retake the lead. We are watching some great action here. Adolfo, now Nero. Nero picks that man's pocket and dunks on him. How about that?
What a mare, eh?
What a mare. Lagartija.
Lagartija. Which one is this? Oh, out of Rainbow, yes. It's an Irish thoroughbred stallion, which you can see many horses playing out of him. I think I don't know if he's still alive, but he's left many polo horses.
Cambiaso. Adolfo says, you guys watch that ball, I'm going to play it. Adolfo Cambiaso plays around the pack there. Ganzi trying to interrupt his movements there. Adolfo, quick flick of the wrist, sends Zubia into open space. Zubia hammers one time towards the goal. Drnavis on the drive. Can he get it done in the goal mouth? On through. Nice work there. I mean, boom, boom, boom from midfield. Adolfo to Zubia, Zubia to Jernavis, Jernavis to goal. What a pounding Zubia put on that ball, and what a great follow-up there by Jernavis. Onto the board it goes. 8-8 here. And chukker number 5, 4.5 to play out.
Yeah, you can see that, Rob. I mean, that's the easy part. The difficult part of this play was being in position and win Juanma the field as Hero did in the other play.
Speaking of Hero, he tries to sneak in there.
That what happens when you are young. Sometimes you need more patience.
We watch him. Yeah. I mean, let's see. Let's watch here, Adolfo. Let's watch him at midfield. Still looking for clarification here. I think that he is disagreeing with the umpires there. We'll see if this turns into a challenge. You see the umpires are going to the radio. Adolfo is giving them the business right now. We can't hear him, but the body language is familiar, I would say. We know what it means, right? I mean, when you're talking to the umpires like that, what's he saying there? I mean, how far can you push that with these guys?
No, he knows the limits very well. He's one of the the best in that. No, but he's not saying anything serious to the umpire. Just trying to make them explain him what happened.
Right, and maybe explaining what he saw.
Yes, give them his point of view.
Do the umpires want to hear a player's point of view normally?
No, they are not interested.
But they won't. But these guys are professionals. They won't penalize him more because he gives them their opinion.
No. If you talk to them with respect, they shouldn't be able to do. I mean, they shouldn't do anything bad to you. The thing is when you begin maybe shouting or saying
there's
things
a tone they might not like. We watch the replay here. I mean, I absolutely see what the umpires called there, that Rodrigo has the line right here, and you see Del Carril. Not only does he come in front of him.
You see that the ball bounces out of horse leg backwards, and I don't know if it's hard enough to give a line to Hero or not.
We see Adolfo waiting here right out in front of where our vantage point is. And that's because the decision is coming from the room right behind ours. We'll see what the umpires have to say about this one. It looks like they're going to bring it back here. It's going to remain.
What they challenged was the ball positioning, I think.
Okay, interesting. So they might have agreed with the foul, or at least acknowledged that it was one, but said, hey,
I think
not a 4.
If it's a foul, it's a 4.
Yeah.
But I won.
They call it a little different. They leave that one at midfield there. Look at that. Nero goes into launch mode, sends it out in front. Juancito trying to chase it down. Zubia and Cambiaso there. Cambiaso handles a little of the heavy lifting there. He's wanting a whistle right here, and I think he gets it. 3:55 to go in a tied chukker 5. And will this put Grand Champions on the line, or will it be an outbound? I think it's going to be an outbound.
I think it's a foul against Rodrigo. There you see Adolfo turning the ball, and Juan pumps him at the back of
a little contact.
Horse.
That's what he's exactly. I tell you what, the most consistent thing that you see out of Adolfo that frustrates him is when someone makes contact with his horse. Every time. It's Cambiaso playing the outbound penalty here. He hits hard to the left, and Zubia is going to watch this one come down. He puts the defender on his hip there. Not able to make contact. Nice moves there by Juancito. Del Carril challenges, and Nero gets it back. Del Carril chasing down Juan Martin. Nero. What a back shot there. Bounces right out in front of Grant Gansey. Gansey hooked on the play. Zubia in to take control here for Colorado. He taps it further into his own back. Cambiaso now Moves into his own backfield before flipping a U-turn there. 30 yards off the back line. He now hammers out to the right. Jernavis there, but Nero's going to make the defensive play first. Big back shot there by Nero. Stays in play. Zubia flipping it around. Trying to hold him at the sideboards there, trying to not to let Grand Champions drive inside. That is what they are doing, though. Will he get the next shot? It's in. What a shot there. What a goal. Nice work by Juancito.
Yeah, he put pressure on Juan Zubia. And
beautiful.
Then he made a really good pass to Juan. And that's a solid finish.
I mean, that's what we were talking about out of Juancito. I mean, just you can count on him to finish those goals. He does not leave that one on the doorstep. The pressure does not get to him. We've seen a number of just great drives out of that young man. A lot to be proud of out of his performance here. He's looking for it. He's looking to go back-to-back on the near side. I mean, Zubia gets a perfectly timed bump on him, but look at that, Granty, or Nero, rather, trying to pop it on through.
Get out of the way, please.
1:48 to go here. Chukker number 5. And a knock-in coming here. Awfully close there. It kicks out, we see. The action coming the other way. Del Carrillo running through midfield. He's over the midfield line, reaching back. He can't maintain control. Rob Jernavis knocks it back out in front, but too far for the attackers. It's picked up here by a defender and Juan Martin Nero. Nero has 2 Colorado players on him. He puts them both behind him. He moves to the near side. Leaves it, though. Jernavis looking for a touch. Zubia on it now. Zubia. Nero. And we're going to have a little injury timeout here. I don't know if that was a mallet. I think so. A mallet making contact there with Juan Martin. You could see Adolfo raise his hand immediately as that contact was made there. The EMTs head out. Let's look and see again here. Nero's going to be coming into the frame right now. Oh, yeah. Cambiaso caught him on the chin there. I mean, yeah, that's why he put his hand up right away.
He realized right away.
Whoa. I mean, Nero was coming into that play with some speed there. I'm not sure Adolfo, I think Adolfo was looking for a hook on him there, but caught chin instead. And we're going to let Juan Martin try and shake that one off there. The action pulls up here with 1:09 to go in Chukker number 5. The guys in blue here, the Grand Champions Casablanca team, with a 1-goal lead, 9-8 over Colorado. I mean, as soon as that mallet made contact with Nero there, he was in pain. I mean, you could see his face change immediately.
Yes.
What's that like, getting hit, you know, in the face there? Ooh. I mean, surely that's happened to you at some point along the way.
Yeah, it has happened to me a couple of times. Yeah, you begin touching all your face parts or whatever you've been hit just to check you are okay.
Make sure everything's still there.
Yes. You have a few minutes of like panic.
Yeah, right. Sure.
Because you don't know what happened.
Well, and if you have a bloody nose or anything like that, I mean, everything always bleeds more. You know, it kind of throws you off. Anything on above the shoulders, as always. I don't think there's any blood drawn on Juan Martin out there. I think it's just probably, you know, a good one to shake off. As that it looked like maybe the head or the cane kind of caught the bottom of his chin.
Sometimes in those kind of plays, the cane bounces upwards and it hits your face or whatever.
Bad luck.
It's bad luck. Just bad luck.
No other way around it. It's a you know, these players out here wear minimal protection boots, knee guards. Some guys choose to wear elbow pads, some don't. All of them wear helmets, but there's not a lot of there's really not a lot of protection out there for players as far as protecting from that ball. And
if you think about it, I mean, if you think of the danger of the game,
it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
You think about hockey, all the pads that those guys wear playing hockey. I mean,
American football.
You get hit with a hockey puck. I mean, that's going to be pretty similar to getting hit with a polo ball. And those guys obviously a little bit more physical.
Those guys are crazy, huh?
On a minute-to-minute. Oh, man, I was watching the playoffs. The NHL playoffs started last night. I was watching some of that, and it is amazing. But that's a big
Stanley Cup.
Yeah, the first. I think the playoffs have started. So it's. There's a lot of comparisons with hockey and polo, and the way that play moves up and down, uninterrupted, and that you got to kind of make adjustments on the fly. But those guys wear a lot of pads. These guys wear minimal padding out here. And so around the face, I don't know what you do about that as maybe a face mask, but, there's also different schools of thought on whether or not a face mask helps you, or in a situation like that, as Mallet would have got caught on a.
In my opinion, I think it's not. I mean, if you have a foil with a face mask, you can have a problem with your head.
There's pros and cons both ways.
Yes.
It's tough. It's a tough one. 37 seconds to go here in Chukker number 5. Adolfo trying to put one on the board here, trying to get things tied up. The 30-second horn goes here. Del Cadillo leaves it behind Nero, in to pick the pieces up here for grand champions Casablanca. A big back shot attempt there. Zubia, a nice interception. Oh, man, will he get it done? Juan Martin Zubia. What an incredible goal to wrap up Chukker number 5 and to tie things up. What an impressive play. He blocks the back shot off Nero. Stays clean, doesn't foul. Oh, man, beautiful work. That's exactly what Colorado wanted there to wrap up the 5th. It's 9-9 through 5. What will happen now? It is anyone's match. These two teams tied as we head towards the 6th and final Chukker of regulation. After this match, one of these teams will have one more game. The other will start planning for the next season. Who will it be here today to go on and face off against Audi? Stick around. One more Chukker of polo left to play, and we will know. Don't go anywhere. The 6th and final of regulation coming right up.
Pleasure, boom, she pleasure. In your side, is pleasure, boom, she pleasure.
Well, it's time to give some gear away to all of our viewers out there today. Who is the farthest away from Wellington, Florida? For our furthest away viewer, comment in on our stream. Let us know where you're watching from. And the viewer tuning in from furthest away will drop a hat in the mail to you, one of these WPL hats, and get that right away in the mail. Our furthest viewer away, let us know where you are watching from, and we're going to send you a hat. Anywhere in the world, it's coming to you. So start tuning in now, or start writing in. Let us know where you're writing from or watching from as these players come out on the field here. We are making preparations to start the 6th and final Chukker of regulation. What are we going to see here in the final Chukker? What do you think?
That's what we were saying in in the beginning of the fourth chukker that we saw grand champions score a couple of goals, but we said it was going to be tight in the end, and we were going to see Adolfo, Juanma, and Rodrigo at the top of their level.
So these guys
still think the same.
Yeah. Yeah, these guys, I mean, I don't think that either of these teams has changed much about what they're doing out here from the beginning. They're both doing a good job at kind of playing their own game and hammering in the places that, you know, been paying off for them.
You see now that the advantage of Grand Champion is the thing I told you about. They've been playing together for a long time. Then you see Colorado that they have Adolfo Cambiaso on their side, and you see two young kids, Jero and Juanma, that when you're young you don't know what's happening, and sometimes you do great things with pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Zubia looking to do great things under pressure here. Zubia has been doing great things under pressure all season long.
Look.
Downfield they go, 15 seconds into the sixth and final. Del Carrillo trying to sneak that one through, wide and out it goes. 30 seconds into chukker number 6. And the ball's on the back line. A shot there from Del Carrillo. Wide and out it went. Zubia, one of our shot leaders here, he's tied in the Triple Crown of Polo with Guillermo Terrera.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on shots taken at 20. Zubia, I mean, just a guy that gives it 100% every play.
100% all the time. And he's very professional every day.
Which is, I mean, he's 20 years old.
20 years old,
it's
he's
amazing.
very young.
The way those guys, the discipline it seems like they have. Oh, look at that. Nero not going to miss an opportunity to shoot to goal. Juan Martin Nero, meaning business. Holy moly. How far out was that? He was 100 yards out.
He was...
Maybe not 100, but he was far.
80 yards
80
for
yards
sure.
out. I mean,
90
that
yards.
one. Yeah, you can see
that's
the 60.
That's an easy way to score, eh?
Man, yeah, that's what I normally do. You know, as soon as that goal opens up and you're inside the half, just take a rip, right? I mean, what a shot, what a goal. That guy proving why he is one of the best in the world. Cambiaso trying to fire away from midfield, trying to send Del Carrillo down. Look at that. I mean, Nero goes right to work, clearing out Del Carrillo, knowing that Geronimo is going to push him back to the play. He misses, though. Del Carrillo trying to pick the pieces up. Rodrigo not going to give that man an inch of room to work with there because he knows what will happen. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile. It's Nero now defending. Nero trying to find Grant Ganzi. Audi Grand Champions Casablanca hoping for a father-son meeting in the finals there. Mark has already made it with Audi this morning. Granty trying to get it done here. Oh, did he get him on the turn? Look at that. Where'd he get him?
I think Robert hit an open back, short but open back, and Juanma Zubia got the line. I mean, let's see the replay.
There's the open shot.
I don't see a foul.
No, Grant wasn't.
I don't see a foul.
Grant wasn't on. I don't think that Casablanca player was there enough to be on the line enough. I think Zubia probably had more of the line than. Let's watch again. Great shot there from midfield from Grant Ganzi on Girl Power. Beautiful black mare. Back shot there by Rob.
See, or maybe it's. You leave that on the umpires.
I was going to say, yeah, I'm not even touching that one again. I'm going to let those guys figure that one out. That's
considerations.
Man, oh man, that's a tough one there. You've got a couple different. I guess it comes down to who had more of the line first, right? I don't know if they say Grant had it.
Let's see.
Let's see what we see from this angle here, looking through the goalpost.
It's a really thin.
I don't know.
Line.
That could be a throw-in. I don't know what you do on that one.
It's a throw-in.
Let's see. They're going to throw it in? They're going to throw it in. That's what I would have done. I don't know.
I think
don't know what else you do there.
The open back was long enough for Juan Zubia to grab the line and make a play. But
that's why they do what they do, and we do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Back shot there, out of the play. Here they come. Here's Colorado. Adolfo Cambiaso fakes back, holds on to it there. Being pushed around the corner a little bit there. Del Carril gives him a little assistance. Cambiaso jumps in behind him there on Flo, the French thoroughbred. A beautiful specimen here. Flo, what a horse. Cambiaso looking downfield, trying to pick his path there. Nero gets held up there with Del Carril.
He's so good, eh?
Oh, so good. Like you say, timing. The timing is just amazing. He leaves for the youngster here, Zubia. And, I mean, this guy can really hit the ball. Zubia can. Adolfo takes off. Rodrigo trying to block the path. Adolfo adjusts to give Zubia an outlet, and it's Adolfo Cambiaso looking for an opportunity to work inside here. Cambiaso moving into the interior portion of the field. Rodrigo trying to shut him down. Great ball control here out of Colorado. 4:10 to play in regulation, and time is out on the whistle. 60 yards off that back line on the north side.
Ball. Someone stepped on the ball, and it's a buried ball.
Yep. So I think maybe Juancito or Rodrigo on that one. Either way, we're going to start with a throw-in. Zubia on Vistosa, Del Carril on Lavanda, Amapola for Jernavis. Amapola won Best Playing Pony in the All-Star Challenge earlier this year. Grant on Girl Power, Juancito on Lieber. And Open Danzarina for Rodrigo Andrade. Here comes Zubia. Zubia on attack. Zubia in the goal mouth. Zubia through the goal. Nice work there. Juan Martin Zubia tying things up here. A dime aside in the 6th. We are all tied up at the halfway point here. Final chukker of regulation. Overtime is becoming a distinct possibility. Any predictions? What do you think? We're going to see overtime, or are we going to end in regulation?
I know. I think we will end in regulation.
Regulation, then
yes.
Just to bet against you, I'm going to call overtime here. 3:25 to go. We're tied 10-10. Nero and Cambiaso, the two 10-goalers, go head-to-head. Zubia ends up with control. Del Carril staying close. Cambiaso now firing. Cambiaso's ball lost in the pack there. Back shot attempt by Rodrigo Andrade. A loose ball picked up here by Zubia. Zubia. Next shot there, trying to put a pass out in front and put a drive together. I mean, a beautiful pass in between two blue jerseys. Adolfo Cambiaso, what a run, what a play. Zubia with the pinpoint pass. Watch this. It gets, look at that. I mean, he's right. There's two blue jerseys right around him there. Great work. The tie has been broken. Colorado with the lead now. 2.5 to play in chukker number 6. And what's going on? Umpires chatting in midfield here. You see a couple Colorado players hauling the mail. I mean, cruising down to the north side. They just jump right off of one horse onto another. Are not going to try and go back to back there. They know they need to race back onto the field here. This one. So what happened down there? A penalty called against Grand Champions Casablanca that's going to turn possession over to Colorado here. I don't know if there's some sort of technical on that one or a foul there that they what do you think?
It's a technical.
So we got a technical on that.
Against Grand Champions.
Maybe some of the chatter there as they resumed, or as that goal happened down there. Rodrigo Andrade trying to get it out of there. That one's going to cross the line off the mallet of Zubia. So a costly penalty following a Grand Champions goal turned into a technical that puts Adolfo on the line, and he knows right what to do. I mean, look at that. He slams that ball.
Did we bet something when I said it was going to end in regulation?
I think it. We'll have to get back to that. I think it was a Yeti, a World Polo League Yeti Cup in a hat. I think that you're going to be one of our winners here today in a giveaway. 10 to 12
I'm not the furthest one. I'm the closest one.
Yeah, you're the closest one. You get 2 hats. 10 to 12 here. Colorado has a 2-goal lead, 1:41 to play, and here comes Adolfo Cambiaso. He battles out of the pack here. Cambiaso driving downfield. Open goal in front of him. No defenders in the vicinity. Adolfo Cambiaso sticking balls to goal, and that will put them up by 3. You can see Casablanca, grand champions, I mean, infuriated here, talking with the umpires. Nero having a hard time, I think, containing himself there at midfield. 1:09 left to play. We watched the replay of Adolfo coming through the door here. They go up by 3. It's as much as they've been in the lead all match. And it looks like we're going to have a Colorado Audi final this Sunday. Coming away from midfield, Zubia hits hard, but this one is all said and done. There's 45 seconds left on the clock. There's Nero back on Lagartija. That mare played that horse had a heck of a early chukker in the first half. Downfield it goes for Rodrigo Andrade. Andrade has Adolfo Cambiaso on his hip. Look at that. I like watching those guys go hard at it. Adolfo not giving him an inch. Rodrigo Andrade. Will he get it? Rodrigo gets it. What a goal.
What a goal.
It won't mean much other than personal pride and satisfaction of knowing that he and Adolfo were going hard at it, and he gets the goal. Man, oh man, what a match of polo we have seen here this afternoon at Valiente. Colorado takes the win by 2 goals. Final score 13-11. We will see Colorado and Audi this Sunday.
We saw a great semifinal. It was really tight in the beginning. I mean, when I say tight is with no goals, because they were like defending really well, attacking and defending really well. And in the end, in the final chukker, we could see a little bit of horsepower different, and that what made the victory for Colorado.
Yep, and the 13-11, that is a pretty tight finish there. A lot of the teams that Colorado has played, they've had big margins, and so we watch grand champions. They had the lead, at multiple times over this match. I think that Audi was probably watching closely today to see how grand champions played against this Colorado team, and to see what strategies worked against them and what didn't, because they're going to need a bunch of notes on Sunday as they take on a tough Colorado squad.
Yes, the most important weapon, apart from Adolfo, that Colorado has is horsepower.
Yeah.
So if they can take advantage of that, it's going to be very difficult for Audi to get the tournament away from them.
Well, and you watch these guys. I mean, Zubia, 3 games in a row, he's had a hard time missing a ball. I mean, he hits every ball that he goes to so well. And we saw that pass there that he laid on Adolfo. I mean, just unbelievable. 5 yards further, that guy has it. 5 yards behind the other defenders there.
No, you have to give them a point, Jero and Juanma, because playing with Adolfo is the best thing in the world. But you have the pressure to win, because he's won everything many times. And they are 2 young kids. They can cope with that pressure really well. We can see in the field.
Oh, they cope with it like not a lot of other people do. Amazing play out of those guys. And man, we've got a great final ahead this Sunday.
Yes.
Again, folks, if you're local, be sure to be fieldside this Sunday. It is going to be the biggest party in Wellington this year's Thievery Corporation takes the stage at 6. WorldPolo.org for your tickets for that. And that is where you will find, if you're not fieldside, you'll find us live at 4 p.m. Sunday on WorldPolo.org as we wrap up the final match of the season. It's hard to believe that it's already over. Oh, man. We've been waiting for it all season. It's finally here, Audi in Colorado.
Who will take the check?
It's going to be big. It's going to be big. Yeah, I'll be there. You'll be there. We hope all of you are there as well. WorldPolo.org for all the action. Keep tuning into our social media pages as well, Facebook and Instagram. Write us any questions you might have. Stay tuned there for all the updates and videos, and we'll see you on our next broadcast, the last one of the year. Sunday, 4 p.m., worldpolo.org. And again, Thievery Corporation takes the stage at 6. Check that out. Tickets on worldpolo.org. Get them. Come party with us Sunday night in Wellington. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you Sunday.